I've put down a couple of scenarios that played out in the United and Liverpool game. 2 of which were punished. In fact, 3 of which were punished.
All right.
Most people simplistically put that game down on individual errors. I'll prove to you why they were not individual errors. And then also the Liverpool game and how poor Man United's strategy was in that game.
So let's welcome to Guinness Match Day. Daniel K is going to the screen.
Stand
on the other side. I think it's much better that way. Yeah.
So I'll start with the Liverpool game was this weekend. Let me start with Liverpool.
No, Spurs game was this weekend. No. That's fresh.
Okay. Then let me start. Wait.
Okay.
So what I didn't get with Man United's, or what I didn't understand about Man United's plan was, first of all, the high line. Playing against a team that plays on the front foot in Tottenham Hotspur. A manager who has spoken about transition football being what he wants to instill in Manchester United. If you are playing a team like Tottenham, who already play a high line, who you've had joy over in the past couple of seasons in terms of scenarios. Man United have had, last season when United went to the new White Hart Lane Stadium, yes, they lost 2-0, but they had really good scenarios in transition, exploiting the high line of Tottenham Hotspur. So why would you all of a sudden come into this game, you playing a high line and not backing it up with a press? There are certain principles in football that go together. You can't play a high line and sit off your opposition. Because if you are high up and you sit off, you give the opposition enough time to be able to pick passes in between the lines and exploit your high line. Yeah. And that's what United were doing in this game that I just didn't understand. Look at the frame here.
This setup.
Look at how high United's line is. And basically a non-existent press. So let me just play this so that. So it's 1, 2, and Tottenham have an opportunity. Literally 2 passes. Once somebody was able to win that individual duel, the United backline was exposed, and Tottenham went at United. This hit the post. They were really lucky. So this is one scenario that exposes it. Another one is this. This is a red card incident where Bruno had the red card. This is Tottenham Hotspur who have picked up the possession of Man United. So Tottenham are inside their own half.
Yes.
Tottenham have the luxury. And look at Menu. This is Menu. This is Rashford, who probably wanted a pass and didn't get it and is complaining, sulking as the game is going on. United have 1, 2 players behind the ball. So you're already shot by, in fact, 1, 2, 3 players off the ball. So Tottenham are now trying to build up an attack. And it is Menu who is facing. Let's face it. And now I want you guys to take notice of Menu's body language. And this is not a shot at Menu.
Yes.
It's about the instructions that are in place. Because a team that is playing a high line, who is tasked to counter press, once they lose it, and when we go to the United-Liverpool game, I'll show you how purposeful Liverpool were in that regard, which shows a clear instruction. So a team that is supposed to play a high line and is supposed to back it up with a press, so we don't go blaming individual players, you would see a certain action and a certain sense of urgency from the players. But look at the body language of the United players. Menu he's literally like standing there as the ball goes past him. And it is a reactionary action from Bruno Fernandes to try and win the ball off. But Ugarte is not pressing. Dalot is not pressing. And again, look at how high the line is. So if Maddison doesn't go down in this situation, he can easily raise his head, and he already has 2 runners off the ball. Solanke is moving, Kulusevski was moving, Werner is down here making that run. So that is a possible scenario that is about to brew if Bruno didn't make that tackle. And it is really problematic because, again, principles go with each other. Yeah. You can't play such a high line and not back it up with a press, trying to stop opposition players from having that comfort in breaching that high line. So let's go to another scenario.
And Spurs won the ball a lot.
A lot.
In United's half. It was crazy to see.
Now, this is the goal. United players look at how high the line is.
This is the Kulusevski goal.
This is the Kulusevski goal. And this is at the start of the second half. Like, goodness gracious me. What are you doing without... Look at how disorganized...
Look at the space between the midfielders.
Look at how disorganized... This is 1 Spurs player. 2 Spurs player. 3, 4, 5. These are 5 Spurs players in front of the ball.
Yeah.
Already breached Man United, won the ball off transition. The line is so high for Man United. The shape is so off color. And this is 2 minutes into the second half.
Yeah.
2 minutes into the second half with a man down. A smart team, a well-coached team will be well-drilled, really difficult to break down at this point in time. We saw Arsenal last week playing Manchester City, the best attack from last season, facing the best defense. Arsenal literally invited Manchester City the entire 45 minutes. They were extremely difficult to break down. Man City didn't have a clear-cut opportunity except the 96th minute. That is how a seriously well-drilled coach team behaves, especially when they have a man down or they are a man
Isn't
down.
that also influenced by the score at the time?
It's not necessarily the score. It's 1-0.
1-0. If it can catch them on the break.
Yeah.
They can't afford to set.
You-
They have to
United
score.
can sit and then cut them on the break because it's only 1-0.
Exactly.
If you've got 45 minutes to work a counter attack.
You shouldn't be chasing a game. This is like class 2 coaching.
Schoolboy error.
Schoolboy error. You can't possibly do that. And it's literally 1, 2, 3 defenders. Look at how high the line is. Spurs overload one side, and we all know the rest is history. Then you look again at the score is 2-0 at this point. The ball is one off Man United in midfield. And look at, again, I don't even need to draw the
This is a
the
first
line
half
again.
action.
This is a first half action. High line, again, exploited.
Ghana should score here.
So we saw 2 or 3 times in the first half. This was before the red card because Bruno was on the pitch. This is in the second half. Another high line. Spurs breach the midfield. Pass comes in. Look, if not for Onana, this game...
It's not for Werner's poor finishing.
It's no Onana.
It's a poor finish.
It is really poor finish.
They played the
And now, this is where my heart is. This is actually what I wanted to do. This is a United-Liverpool game where most pro-Ten Hag faithful pinned it down on individual errors. I'm coming to show you why it wasn't individual errors. Now, I'll say it before I show it to you. Liverpool had a clear plan. They were pressing the central areas in United's half. So they would not allow United to play for and enter their half.
Nope.
It was an aggressive press, committing a lot of bodies, forcing United into errors inside their own half. And then they commit bodies forward and counter it.
Not to catch you, but that is the evidence of a team that knows its system and are sticking with all the principles. So they go very high up and they press aggressively.
Yes.
And that's also because they know they are playing Man United. for real, that's
So
true.
this is the first, I think this is the first action in the game. This is United trying to build from the back. They had won the ball off Liverpool, trying to build from the back. A counter transition period.
Yeah.
Look what happens here. Pass is played. Who steps up? Virgil van Dijk. Now this is instruction. Because this is a centre back.
Play on the front foot.
Playing on the front foot. He could have decided to sit off because Liverpool had the numbers to deal with the threat. But it is a clear instruction. The ball is supposed to be won inside the United half. So if he senses the situation where he can step in and make an interception, he moves in and he does it. This is clear instruction. And this led to the first chance of the game. Van Dijk feeds Jota. Jota hits it off target. This is 1. This is number 2. This is Liverpool again. So United trying to play from the back. I want you to look at the purposefulness and the number of bodies Liverpool are committing to the press. So just watch this. Liverpool now have...
Use the cone. Much better.
Yeah. So Liverpool have 1. This is Jota. 2. And this... So he's marking him. He's marking him. He's screening him. He's screening the keeper. He will have his eye on him. And this. So Liverpool literally is like man-to-man marking. And this is inside Man United's half. We progress it and we see. Menu picks it up. Menu is... He's surrounded by a Liverpool box. The closest Man United player to him. The closest Man United player to him is Bruno Fernandes. And Menu will have to hit a pass in between the lines and get Bruno Fernandes. But I want you to take notice of what Liverpool do when Bruno Fernandes gets the ball.
Even before we go on, look at Konate's body posture as he realizes that Bruno is right ahead of him. He's ready to
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
if Bruno picks up this ball and he turns, he's coming into the Liverpool half. And that is trouble for Liverpool. So remember what I said. There was a clear, intentional plan to press Man U inside their own half and prevent them from having those transition moments to punish Liverpool. So look what Liverpool does when Bruno picks up the ball. Immediately, they are on him. And what do? They force him to go back.
Yeah.
That is instruction. And in forcing him to go back, Casemiro attempting to restart the attack misplaces the pass. These things are instruction. It didn't happen by chance. It didn't happen because Konate just decided to.
Yeah.
It happened because Ancelotti had given clear-cut instructions for Liverpool to. This is 3 different scenarios I've shown you. And only one has ended up in a goal. Now, let's go to number 4. This is Liverpool again, inside Man United's half. This is all in the first half. This is all in the first half. Look.
Oh, God.
This is all in the first half. Look at this. Man United picked the ball. Look at. Oh, let me take this back. Watch Gravenberch and. Ali, what this thing they do like that? Just before he picked the ball, look at. In fact, I want to make it as fair as possible. Thank you. So this is Casemiro who has picked up the ball. Oh, Casemiro, why did he? Who is Casemiro going to pass to in this situation?
No one. There's no channel.
Liverpool have surrounded, thank you. They've targeted him, one. Secondly, they surrounded his peripheral vision, everywhere with white shirts. And what it means is that now Casemiro needs to think. That's why he's forced to take that extra touch.
Yeah.
Which allows Luis Diaz to come from behind and nick the ball. Because this guy is being marked. Zexi is being marked. Robertson is probably going to sneak in. Szoboszlai is on the alert.
Van Dijk is behind Zexi.
Van Dijk is behind Zexi. So Van Dijk is ready.
Actually been boxed.
They've been boxed in. And what it means is that, look,
there's no outball.
If this thing was Rodri, he would take an extra touch. If this thing was Partey, you will be forced to take an extra touch because you are waiting for a different movement for your teammate to take, or he'll just have to boom it inside.
Yeah.
But because he wants to keep possession, he was forced to take that touch. And that is a Liverpool trap that has been set. So it's not Casemiro's mistake. It's good coaching taking precedence over bad coaching. And then you watch this, Liverpool win the ball. We all know what happens.
And you mentioned the repeated nature of this.
So this is 4 times in the first half.
Yeah, and when Man United realized that Liverpool are doing that in the middle of the park, that is where you step up your back line as well.
Right.
When Luis Diaz won the ball and he turned, if United has stepped up a little bit, he faces Martinez.
Yeah.
Like Konate was very much aggressive. But again, they are standing off. And it turns, he has the space and off they go.
This is the second half. After the worst player in the history of football, Casemiro, according to Man United fans, was whisked off. So the problem,
they blamed him.
So the problem should have been solved. But Liverpool maintained the tactic. So the results are not different. You can take the player off. You can scapegoat the player, but the scenarios will continue to play because it's bad coaching.
If there's a systematic flaw.
Exactly. Now this is Man United again, trying to play from the back. Look at the body language of the Liverpool players as soon as Menu picks up the ball. They are not afraid of Mazraoui.
Again, another box around
Yeah, another box. So Menu is surrounded here. And they know this movement, this entire movement from the Liverpool players is a plan. Because I've shown you 4 previous examples in that first half. That shows you that they are trying to block. Whichever midfielder is in charge of progressing play, they will block his passing view, they will block his options, they will block the passing lanes and force him to think and take that extra touch, which will invite the pressure. So as soon as Menu touches the ball here, boom, he has to think. Liverpool win it off him. Bodies are already forward. Salah scores the goal.
Different player, same scenario.
Same scenario. This is scenario number, no, sorry. So scenario number 6. This is the final one. This is after Salah scored the goal.
Right.
Hey! This is after Salah scored the goal.
Yes.
Straight from kickoff. Watch the Liverpool intensity in the press.
That's the ones who are leading 3-0.
The ones who are leading 3-0. Watch what is going to happen. Straight from kickoff. Shakolawi, this guy. Watch this guy.
Yes.
United pass the ball back. As soon as he touches the ball, as soon as Martinez picks up the ball, what happens to Martinez? This is his only, because he's left-footed, this run over here is going to block his, he has one passing option. He's left-footed. He receives it this way. He's going towards his left. So the most obvious passing option is Dalot. So what does Salah do? Salah doesn't run at Dalot.
No.
He just blocks the passing lane to Dalot. And if once he's blocking it's either Martinez is going to use his right foot to boot it back to Onana, who is already going to be pressured, or he will have to misplace the pass. And what happens? Salah blocks the passing lane, picks it up, and Salah missed. This could have been 4.
Yeah.
This is 6 different scenarios, offloaded highlights. This is not off the full match.
No.
So there are more.
Yes.
So you can't blame Casemiro for this. This was a systematic plan, a well-thought-out, well-crafted plan by Ancelotti, which worked. The painful thing for me is Ten Hag wasn't able to react, as we've seen. In the Tottenham game again,
same.
High line, no press, repeatedly, over and over and over again, up until the 90th minute, Ten Hag still wasn't able to react. This is not bad coaching. This is not about individuals. This is not about injuries. This is about a £600 million assembled team that is just poorly being steered by a very bad coach. Charlie, what does he need to do again for us to sack him?
Dani K, take Guinness to cool down. Take one bottle. Take one bottle.
Charlie,
But that's an incredible piece of work by Dani K. And like I said, it's not, the Spurs game is not a one-off thing. And the way you spoke about how Liverpool targeted that midfield, it happened. Like, Ugarte looked lost in that middle of the park. Manu looked lost in that middle of the park. Nobody can tell me that every single player at Man United is terrible. But that is how they look at the moment. You can't pick one player in that United team and say, he's good, he's playing well. Nobody. Yeah. And that, in my opinion, can be down to the players. It's got to be the whole environment, the coaching and everything, not great.